Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled it out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Alrighty, hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We got Sixers Warriors tonight. Sorry for the late start. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Sixers, yes, the 76ers looking to extend their winning streak tonight. And so they are taking on the Warriors with no Steph Curry, also no Seth Curry, no LJ Cryer, and no Jonathan Kuminga, and obviously Jimmy Butler not playing either in this game. All right, so tip-off is going to take place in about 5 minutes or so. But yes, the Warriors this year, 27-23 on the season. They have a 17-8 record at the Chase Center. And the 76ers, 28-21. No Joel Embiid in this game, and no Paul George either. Dominic Barlow had a phenomenal game yesterday. He played out of his mind. He played really well. I am very curious to see how the 76ers manage Andre Drummond's minutes tonight and see what they're going to do as far as Adem Bona and Andre Drummond goes. So Nick Nurse is really going to have to put this team in a position to succeed tonight against the Warriors. Remember the last time that they played against the Warriors, it went down to the wire. Warriors came back, and the 76ers somehow, someway pulled it off against Pat Spencer and the Golden State Warriors. They were just absolutely destroying them again. Steph Curry did not even play in that game either. So, but yeah. It's a late one tonight, another late game for Philadelphia as they continue their West Coast road trip. But yes, it was a good start to the road trip last night, but they need to just take care of business tonight too. I really want to see them out-rebound this Golden State team. I feel like that Draymond and Al Horford and even Brandon Pajemski and Quentin Post are still going to be very active on the glass. And it's going to be really important for the 76ers not to give up too many second-chance possessions in this game in particular. So that's why Andre Drummond playing. I actually am really happy that that's more so of the case. If Embiid was going to sit out one game and play like one of the back-to-backs, I thought that the Clippers was the better matchup because, A, I thought that that would be a tougher matchup for him, but I also thought that, B, the Warriors are a better rebounding team. And I'd like to see Andre Drummond out there just to get a lot of boards and crash the glass. So, but let me know what your thoughts are down below about this game. Who do you guys have winning? What do you think the final score is going to be? And who's the standout player today? VJ Edgecombe had a terrible shooting night last night. I think tonight he cashes in and the ball goes through the hoop in his hands. I'm hoping that he has an on night tonight because he got a lot of wide open shots and he wasn't afraid to fire the trigger, wasn't afraid of still playing defense. He played at a very high level defensively again last night. The individual defense that he just provides is just absolutely insane. But yes, so those are my thoughts on tonight's game. What are yours? Tyrese Maxey just doing Tyrese Maxey things. He was really inconsistent, and I felt like last night he finally had a really good three-point shooting night, And it feels like it's been a little bit of time since we've said that because he's just been so inconsistent from three. And I know that the higher volume of shots has taken place and he's getting more coverage and all that jazz. But it's just nice to see him be able to, for him to just be able to get the three ball going. All right, let's switch up. Let's switch things over to our live stream scene. We're gonna get everything up and running right now too, so that way you guys can keep up to date with the scores. I do want to say hello to everybody in the chat, and I will do that in just a couple of seconds as we continue our setup here. So just bear with me for 1 second, but then we should be up and we should be ready to go. So. What else was I going to say? I forget. I totally forget what I was going to say. Yes, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Colton's here. Ty Eagles is here. What's up, Ty? What is going on? That was also for Colton, too. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Who else do we got? We got Mark in the chat. Sixers win by 1. Why do I think that you're going to be right about that? 122 to 121. That is the final score prediction of Sixers Warriors. All right, so we should be ready to get things started right now. Again, no Steph or Seth Curry. And Seth Curry in this game. Jonathan Kuminga is out with a knee bruise. LJ Cryer is dealing with a hamstring injury. And, of course, Jimmy Butler with an ACL tear. Joel Embiid is sitting out the second game of this back-to-back, and Paul George obviously suspended. So the 76ers, let's get to the starting lineups for both teams right now. All right, so for the Golden State Warriors, they got Moses Moody, they got Brandon Pajemski, Guy Santos, Draymond Green, and also Al Horford. And for the 76ers, they will have Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre Jr., Dominic Barlow, and Andre Drummond as their starting five for tonight's game. Sixers are in their white and blue uniforms. And so the Golden State Warriors will get you their uniforms right now. They're in their black and yellow Golden State uniforms. It says golden. It's outlined and centered, if you will. And then right under that, it's the jersey number. And then it says Warriors at the bottom. It says Golden State at the top. So it's sort of in like a third on the front side of the jersey. And on the back side, they have their last names and their numbers right below their last names. All right, so Drummond and Horford are going to be jumping for a tip-off here. And Drummond wins the tip-off, and the 76ers will get the ball first. All right, what else we got? 127 to 119. That's another final score prediction of this game. And so here we go. Sixers moving from left to right. And Tyrese Maxey just turned the ball over. It was off of a handoff from Barlow towards the near side. And Maxey fumbled the ball. So Golden State now has it. Warriors facing the 76ers, who've won their last 4 games in a row. Horford on the baseline, being guarded by Drummond, and the ball is thrown away, supposed to go to Moody. Instead, it goes to Maxey. His three-point shot, no good. Edgecombe saves it from going out of bounds, but it's taken away by Guy Santos. Draymond running down on the offensive side, kicks it out to Horford. One more to Pajemski for a three. Excellent basketball by Golden State, and Philadelphia not able to get back out in transition. They left a man wide open to shoot the three ball, and so it's a 3-0 game so far. 10:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Sixers defense hopefully is going to be strong tonight. Maxey gets double-teamed. They kick it out to Edgecombe for a three. He airballed it. Drummond gets the rebound and ends up throwing it down with a flush. This is why I don't understand why Andre Drummond just does not necessarily play as much as he does. Edgecombe tries to get the steal, and I believe that they're going to call a kick the ball violation. and it'll stop the clock. Okay. What is it? Here we go. Pajemski on a drive over to the basket, puts up a shot, and can't get that one to go. All right. And now it's Tyrese Maxey who gets it over into the Sixers front court. They give it out to Edgecombe, and one more for a wide-open corner three by Barlow, and that one is good by Dominic Barlow. Made a three last night where the ball just went in and out, and then it just went back on in. Edgecombe intercepts the basketball, throws it over to Oubre on a drive to the basket. Finish, no good. Barlow tries to tip it up and in, and time stood still for a second because the ball was stuck on the rim, and then it just rolled back into the hands of Moses Moody. 9:45 left to go. That was such a slow rebound. Draymond for three. Not that time. Edgecombe with an outlet pass to Tyrese Maxey. Sixers up 5-3. Barlow hit a three. Maxey tries to go for a two. No, and Drummond's there for the tip back. It's good. Sixers are doing a really good job with the offensive rebounding in this game. Barlow and Drummond and even Edgecombe, they've done a very good job. Unfortunately, not guarding the three ball as Moses Moody knocks down a wide-open tray on the near wing. Edgecombe looking to take it into the lane, backs up, steps back, puts up a two, and it nearly went out at the last second, but went back on in. And so the Sixers lead it by 3 points. All right, we'll change the score in just a little bit here. Yo, JJ, a Cavs fan, is here. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, my friend? Another wide-open three, but the Sixers dodge a bullet there, and Andre Drummond catches his fourth rebound already. Barlow, another three, and it clanked off the side of the backboard and didn't even hit the rim. And Moody got the rebound. So here come the Warriors. They have numbers on the other side. Moody spinning, turning, and passing it out to Pajemski, who runs down the lane, tried to hand it back off to Moody, and the ball goes on out of bounds. Another turnover by Golden State, and we'll see if the 76ers can make them pay here. So yes, what's going on, my friend? Big shout out to you for being on here. Again, where are you guys tuning on in from? Let us know down below. Maxey nearly turned the ball over, had to throw it over to Edgecombe, and Edgecombe spins around, turns around, tries to hit a two. No, Drummond steals the rebound from Guy Santos, wins the tug of war. Oubre's three just a little bit short. So the Sixers are showing a lot of fight in this game so far, and that's been a really good sign. Drummond plays good defense, but just better offense by Al Horford. He knocked down a three right in his face. Golden State has made all threes in this game so far. One by Horford, and another one that was made by Moses Moody, and the other one by Pajemski. The Sixers cash in on a three themselves, and that one is up and good by Philadelphia. Excellent play there by the 76ers, and now it's 12-9. ESPN just changed their play-by-play, it looks like. So Oubre just made the tray, and Barlow got the assist. So we'll change this, we'll get you everybody's stats, and we'll do that right now. Okay, so that means that we have to move this down. And we're going to do that. There we go. Nice stuff. And here. Great. Okay. Here we go. There's a drive over to the basket by Oubre, but he's fouled in the act of shooting. Okay. I said that last night was going to be the last night that we used the web browser. I lied. It's tonight because I completely forgot. Completely forgot. All right, so Oubre is going to the line, and he will put up his first free throw, and that's good. Okay, are we all settled? We're almost there. Almost there. There we go. That looks better. Okay, excellent stuff. Pat Spencer is out there, along with Will Reichert. Will Richard, excuse me. And so the second foul shot by Oubre, it's good.
Excellent.
Moody with a catch-and-shoot trifecta, no good. And Oubre hands off the hot potato to Tyrese Maxey, juggled it for a second, and then he was able to hold on to it. Maxey, the Oubre, who drives it down the lane, kicks it out to Edgecombe on the near corner, and he takes it back into the lane, puts up a mid-range jumper, and VJ Edgecombe has certainly done a great job in this game so far. It's 16-9 Philadelphia. You could just tell that he has a lot of confidence, and his jump shot has been really looking good. Spencer has it, takes it into the front court of Golden State, and Steve Kerr calls for time. And so the clock will stop at 6:37 left to go in the first quarter. Sixers off to a great start so far. Yes, they are. All right, so there we go. Good. This is up and running, and this looks great. Let me know if you guys can see the scoreboard and if things look good to you. I think that they look great on our end. I can make this a little bit smaller on this side and a little bit wider over here. I think that that's great. There we go. So yeah, hopefully you're all having yourselves a very fantastic night. Folks, we are 23 subscribers away from getting to the 8,300 marker. So if you have not hit the thumbs up button or subscribed to the channel, particularly subscribe to the channel, well, you guys are missing out. You really are. Yeah. How's everybody's day going so far? I know that it's another late night for the people out on the East Coast, like me. But hopefully you have your coffees ready, or hopefully you're snuggled up in bed and, you know, you fall asleep and have a good night's sleep and get a good day of work in tomorrow. Let's take a look at some other scores around the National Basketball Association. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they're up 125-87. There's 1 minute and 6 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And they are just up by 41 right now. They just made a 3. Boston leads it by 15. That's a 108-93 game with 2:47 left to go in the fourth quarter. Detroit, they beat Denver today, 124-121. And Utah, they won 131-122 out at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the home of the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks extend their winning streak. They won 132-101. And Mikal Bridges had 23 points in the game out against the Washington Wizards. The Lakers won out in Brooklyn, 125-109 at the Barclays Center. Deron Sharp had 19 points and 14 rebounds. LeBron James led the way for L.A. with 25 points, 7 assists, and 3 steals. The Hawks, they took care of business against the Miami Heat, 127-115. And the Milwaukee Bucks, Kyle Kuzma scored 31 points against the Chicago Bulls and led the way for them. 131-115 was the final score of that game. All right, and so we're back from the timeout. Philadelphia up by 7 points against the Warriors. So Draymond is going to get the inbound pass. We'll see what Steve Kerr drew up here. And he'll get the handoff again over from the near side. Hands it off over to Horford. Horford to Spencer for 3. That's way too strong. And the offensive rebound by Golden State. Horford back to Draymond. Another 3 at the top of the perimeter. Jackpot. Draymond Green cashes it in from the top of the key. 4-point lead with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. Here's Oubre, who takes it over towards the left side of the lane. Gives it back to Maxey. His fadeaway three-pointer is a little bit short. He was a little bit off when it came to his footwork there. Horford's 3 is spot on. So each bucket that Golden State has made has been a 3. And so they are 5 for 9 from downtown in this game. Meanwhile, the Sixers have missed 5 threes. Edgecombe to Oubre, and his three-point shot is good. If there's anything bright for Philadelphia, Kelly Oubre, the former Warrior, has been hitting a lot of his threes. Edgecombe nearly comes away with a steal. JJ Gaiman coverage with the sub. Thank you so much. He just did that 20 minutes ago. You are the best. I apologize about that. So the ball does go on out of bounds. 5:18 left to go in the first quarter. And Quentin Grimes will come on in. We'll say VJ Edgecombe is going to sub on out. Quentin Post will also step in for Al Horford, too. And it'll be Sixers ball. They'll say that Pat Spencer lost it. So the Sixers lineup right now, in case you're wondering, it's Tyrese Maxey, Trendon Watford, Quentin Grimes, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Andre Drummond, who has 4 points and 5 rebounds in this game. Watford's floater, too short. Rebounded by Draymond. Outlet pass towards the near side. Golden State has assisted, or has 5 assists on 5 three-pointers made so far. Taking it down the lane and going towards the outside is former Sixer DeAnthony Melton. And he looks to swing it, and Maxey saves it from going out of bounds. It was last touched, though, by Tyrese. They'll say that Tyrese stepped on out of bounds as he tried to knock it off of DeAnthony Melton's left foot. All right, there's Steve Kerr in this 12th season with the Golden State Warriors. It's been phenomenal for them. And the inbound pass goes to Pat Spencer. Quentin Post gets it, puts it up, and floats it on in to make it 19-17. That's their first 2 today. Drummond down low on the block. Goes up with a reverse layup. Can't hit it, though. Quentin Post guarded them very well in the post. 4:20 left in quarter number 1. On the drive over to the basket, swinging it over to Buddy Hield. That was Will Richard. And so here's a 3 that's up, and that one is good. And Golden State takes the lead, 20-19. Will Richard out in motion, just able to knock it down. His feet weren't even set, and yet he still swished it like it was Steph Curry. Sixers not guarding the perimeter well at all whatsoever. Watford looked hesitant and didn't want to take the 3 there. Grabs his own miss as he tried to lay it up and in. And Andre Drummond got the rebound and was able to hand it off to Watford. And he got the defense off track there. And Watford made the layup. Nice play there. Unfortunately, though, DeAnthony Melton put up a little hook shot. And he got it to go down the lane. And so Golden State and Philadelphia riding the seesaw. 22-21, Golden State out in front. Oubre looks for Maxey, drives it down the lane. Underhanded scoop is good over Quentin Post. Excellent play call there, and the 76ers did a great job getting in their sets. Oubre knocks the ball away. Maxey comes away with the basketball, gives it over to Quentin Grimes, who runs down the lane, initiates contact. No foul called. Quentin Post comes up with the rebound. Drummond intercepts the basketball. It was a bad pass by Post, and another 3 by Philadelphia. Not that time. It was Quentin Grimes who could not knock down that tray. And so Golden State has it yet again. Sixers have to scramble. And the three-pointer again by Golden State. That time it won't go on in. Grimes comes away with the rebound. Outlet pass to Oubre. And Drummond puts up a little hook shot, and he thought that he was fouled. The refs say otherwise. 23-22 still. Hield for 3. That's off. Offensive board by Pat Spencer, and the layup is good. Andre Drummond still not happy with the referees. 24-23, Golden State back up in this game. And the Sixers will take a little breather. So they haven't scored in a little bit of time. And Nick Nurse wants to figure out, well, how can we get them to put the ball through the hoop? And that's what he's going to do. No curry chicken tonight. None. None. Is Embiid injured? Embiid is not playing any back-to-backs. So the Sixers played the first game of a back-to-back last night against the Clippers, and that's why he's not playing tonight. So we all kind of figured that that was going to be the case. PH3 We over on Twitch. What's going on, man? How you doing? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell icons, folks. Are we running over on Twitch? Or sorry, not Twitch. On YouTube? Yeah, okay. I was like, wait, why did it get quiet on the YouTube side? Now it makes sense that we are running on YouTube. Time is it? 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Wow. Next Sixers game that they play will be on Thursday. They play against the Lakers. So the Lakers are going to come back home to the Crypto.com arena. And they will play Philadelphia. And then to wrap up the West Coast road trip, Sixers will play out in Phoenix on Saturday. That game will be at 9 o'clock. They actually, wrap up the West Coast road trip on Monday, and they play against Portland at 10. So that will be it for all the West Coast games this time around. Valerie's here. What's going on, Val? How you doing? Good evening, JJ. Hello, all. Have a good one. Let's go, Warriors. Greetings from Southern California. What's going on? Drummond playing like he's asleep, says Lawrence. Well, it wasn't that way the first couple of minutes, my friend. It wasn't that way the first couple of minutes. Pat Spencer in the last game against the Sixers had 16 points and was 5 for 8 from the field. And Tyrese Maxey led the way for Philadelphia. 35 points for Tyrese Maxey. He was 4 for 10 from beyond the arc. But is looking to do better in this game here. Only has 2 points and is 1 for 4 shooting-wise from the field. Just one foul in this game so far. It's kind of hard to believe that. Edgecombe gets the inbound pass from Kelly Oubre, and he'll loft it inside to Trendon Watford, who looks to back down. Pat Spencer kicks it out, though, to McKean for a 3, and it's blocked by Brandon Pajamski. And Buddy Hield comes up with the basketball. Pajamski getting his first couple of minutes in tonight's game. Post on the drive, hands it off to Spencer. And Spencer scrambles back over to Post. And going tumbling down his post away from the play as he got pushed by Trendon Watford. Ty says, let's go, Sixers. Let's go. There we go. How do you guys feel about trade deadline? It's hard to believe. It's what, Thursday? Thursday's the trade deadline, folks. James Harden got traded. Spencer gets the inbound pass. And so it's going to get handed off towards the near side. Spencer gets it back, finds Post down below, and Pajemski hits a reverse layup and is able to get to the hoop with ease. 26-23, and again, Sixers double teaming and just late to the assignment. It's an 11-4 run by Golden State, and the Sixers just cannot necessarily stop the madness now. Edgecombe takes it over to the nail and puts up a little floater inside and got it to go, kissed it off the window, and VJ Edgecombe, that's now 6 points for him, 2 rebounds, and 2 dimes as well. McCain has to play defense, and the ball goes into the hands of Quentin Post. Santos, Euro step down the lane, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. The ball is swung around the timeline. The ball finds the open shooter. And again, Sixers double teamed Keith Santos. And that's another 3 that's up and good, 29-25. I don't know if they necessarily double teamed Key there. But they did double team somebody. Adem Bona does go down the lane, and the layup is good. But yeah, sorry about that. 29-27, Sixers down by 2. Don't really know why I said that. Hield looking to pass it. Post for another 3, and he banked it in. The banks are still open out in Golden State. Quentin Post is absolutely on fire right now for the Golden State Warriors. And Steph Curry, his reaction on the bench is priceless. Watford runs it up and gets a layup to fall inside and makes it 32-29. about 3 seconds, differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Philadelphia in this game so far as their team stats go, shooting just 39% from the field. Golden State has been shooting the ball at a very high rate. They've made 63% of their shots. Melton tries to drive it to the basket, and they're going to call offensive foul. 7.7 seconds left to go. Melton just knocked on into Jaron McCain, and his feet were both set. And it'll be Sixers ball. Big turnover by the Golden State Warriors, and the Sixers could tie it with a 3 if they choose to do so before they go into the second quarter. Draymond will come back on in, and Gary Payton II is going to step on in for the first time today. 7.7 seconds left to go, and Edgecombe is going to inbound it for Philadelphia over towards the Golden State bench. So Edgecombe has it. Inbounds it over to Watford. Watford was thinking about handing it off, and Maxey said go. Watford's floater is up and good. Got it off just in time. 2.2 seconds left. Melton inbounds it. It's deflected by Watford, and it's going to go on out of bounds. The last touch by Trendon Watford. With exactly 1 second to go. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. VJ is a monster. Yes, sir. Here's a three-quarters court shot that's up, and that's no good. And wide left. So that'll wrap up the first quarter. Sixers down by a point. What do you think of the Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland trade? The James Harden and Darius Garland trade? Yeah, I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy for both teams. Darius Garland going over to the Clippers is interesting. I didn't necessarily see the full trade breakdown, but James Harden going over to Cleveland to pair up with Donovan Mitchell, I don't think it's going to work, man. I really don't. I just have a gut feeling that it's just not going to work. I mean, we saw what James Harden did to the 76ers. I mean, he did it to the Nets, too, and the Houston, so I don't know. I'll be right back. I'll be back in just a few seconds. Don't go anywhere. I saw that the Celtics are getting Nikola Vucevic in a trade with the Chicago Bulls, so that is awesome as well. That's a good trade for Boston. All right, we'll be right back. Quick first quarter that was. 32-31, Golden State up by a point. Another catch and shoot three by Moses Moody, and he's human as he hits it off the backside of the rim. Sixers rebound. Watford with a pass to Grimes. Watford hesitant again with taking the three. hands it off to Grimes, and he parts the Red Sea, lays it up and lays it on in, 33-32. Ty says that's going to be a problem. Well, I mean, look, James Harden is such an incredible talent, and I do think that he makes the Cavaliers better. I just don't know if that really puts them in the front part to win a championship. You know what I mean? Great, Draymond with a three-pointer, not that time. Watford to Grimes. Grimes crosses over and steps back, backs up over towards the logo, takes it down the lane, passes it over to McCain, and Watford again with a floater inside. No, but Bona tips it up and in and assists on the two-pointer there to make it 35-32. Sixers have been rebounding the ball pretty well. They've been playing physical, just haven't necessarily done a good job guarding the three, and that's the story of the game so far. Watford catches the miss off of Pajemski's runner, and VJ Edgecombe just lays it up and in with an easy two. Sixers off to a 6-0 start here in quarter number 2, and that's really good. They're actually really on a 10-0 run dating back to the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds of play in the second quarter. Easy pick by Adem Bona. He runs down Broadway. He throws it down. 39-32. Timeout taken by the Golden State Warriors, and the 76ers have come to life. Let's go. 39-32. Vucevic to the Celtics is a good pickup. Absolutely it is. Oh, it really, really is an awesome pickup. Yes. Oh, boy. That was nice. Excellent start by the 76ers in this second quarter. That's how you build a lead. An 8-0 start to the second quarter and a 12-0 run by Philadelphia. What do the Sixers have to do? What do the 76ers have to do before Thursday's deadline? I don't know, man. I don't know. If they want to get better, I think Herbert Jones does help them. And I still would be intrigued if they go after a guy like him. Or, who's the other guy on the Pelicans? I'm like blanking out on his name right now. Not Jose Alvarado. Who's the other guy on the Pelicans? Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey is another one that I would be very intrigued by if the 76ers do get him. Played so well against the 76ers, but also this guy only had 8 points against the Charlotte Hornets. It's funny how he was 1 for 6 from 3 in that game and didn't shoot the ball well. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Whew. I don't know why it feels like it's midnight already. You know? I don't know why. It's like really dark out. But it does. It just feels like it's midnight. Sixers up 39-32. They came out firing here in the second quarter on the defensive and the offensive side. There's Quentin, who had 14 points in last night's game against the Clippers. Also 2 boards and a couple of assists as well. It's cool. All right, 39-32. Sixers up by 7 points. Stay as is, says LP. You think that they should stay as is? Here's Buddy Hield for a catch-and-shoot trifecta. No, Grimes tips it over to Al Horford. Wrong player. And Pajemski has the ball now. I mean, it'd be really nice to see the 76ers make a little bit of a splash, but I don't think that they're going to do so. Grimes gets the steal, and there's an alley-oop pass by Grimes to Bona, and he throws it down. That was just an absolute filthy dunk. And that'll make it 41-32. Can we dump the PG contract? Anyone? Sixers have to scramble again on defense. Podziemski gets it. Green has it. One more for a three by Santos. And the basketball god said, not that time, Guy. McCain for three on the other side. Wide left. Offensive board by Edgecombe. And the Sixers have a second chance at this. See if they're able to capitalize. And Grimes gets the ball poked loose by Santos. That was an excellent play there. And it's a 2-on-1. And Golden State capitalizes. The layup made by Buddy Hield thanks to that nice steal by Guy Santos. He just picked his pocket there. Bona on the near corner for Philadelphia. And now VJ Edgecombe has it. He comes away getting a screener to help him assist on a three. And VJ Edgecombe cashes it on in. That was a good pick by Philadelphia. It's Adem Bona, VJ Edgecombe, Trendon Watford, Jared McKean, and Quentin Grimes as the five out there for Philadelphia. And for Golden State, they got Buddy Hield taking and attacking over Jared McCain. And he just plays with his food, and it works. 44-36. The rest of the lineup for the Warriors, they got Draymond Green, Guy Santos, Al Horford, Brandon Podziemski, and of course we just mentioned Buddy Hield. Grimes with a straight-on three. Bullseye! And he knocks it down. 16-4 run by Philadelphia in this second quarter. It's really a 20-4 run over their last 4 minutes and 45 seconds of play. Hield off the dribble, putting up a tray. No good. And the Sixers setting the tempo on the other side, all led by Quentin Grimes. He's working quickly. He spins, he turns, hands it off to Watford. Watford gets it poked loose, gets the ball back, puts up a reverse layup, and he's fouled. And then we'll go to the line. That's only the second foul in this game. I don't think that the 76ers, or the Warriors, I should say, fouled once in the first quarter. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. Maybe they came away with one foul. I have to look at the stat sheet, but it really didn't feel like that they even fouled once in that first quarter. Just there have been 10 turnovers by Golden State, and the Sixers' defense in the second quarter has been really incredible. It's been much more improved since the first. Foul shot number one by Watford. He got it to go. It's 47-36. And foul shot number two, here it comes. Good as gold.
Excellent.
Sixers have only 3 turnovers. Yeah, Golden State has only fouled 3 times in this game. The 76ers have fouled once. 7:15 left remaining in the second quarter. So they did commit 3 fouls, or 2 fouls in the first quarter. Here's a 2 that's up and good by D'Anthony Melton, who just came back on in for Golden State. The Warriors, in their last game that they played, they lost to the Pistons 131-124. And then they ended up winning against the Utah Jazz 140-124. Sixers nearly turned it over again, and the ball goes out of bounds. 5 seconds will be left on the shot clock for Philadelphia. LP says no trade will really make a difference. Develop the players that they have right now. And I understand that viewpoint. I do. I would like them to set themselves up for a bright future. And I really like VJ Edgecombe. And I really enjoy watching Tyrese Maxey. Speaking of Edgecombe, he puts up a 3. That one won't go. Bona in flight mode. Puts it up and puts it on in. Oh my gosh. Adem Bona just literally went to attack that rebound. And he jumped up in midair. And he just threw it down like a rocket. 50-38. What a play by Bona. Watford gets the rebound for Philadelphia. Swings it over to Grimes. Grimes on the perimeter. Catches. Puts up a three. Bang! 53-38. What a second quarter by the Sixers. A 22-point second quarter by Philadelphia. I still can't get over that. A Dembona putback dunk. That was just absolutely wild. And that's just, I mean, he's really explosive, and we all know about how athletic he is. Post grabs the offensive rebound off of the misfired jumper for Golden State, and Spencer swings it to Buddy Hield. Hield to Santos for a corner three. It's good. And the Sixers just give him a little bit of breathing room. That's all that they needed. And a 12-point lead now for Philadelphia as Golden State cuts it by 3. Grimes, another three for the Sixers. That's too strong. And a long rebound for Golden State. Hield thought about getting to his spot and instead just took it down the lane. He had a chance to beat a Dembona to the punch there, and he did. And now it's a 10-point lead, and Golden State cuts it by 5. Watford got the ball, and then a timeout was signaled by the Sixers. 5:04 left to go in the second quarter. We will be right back in just a few seconds. Go. Sixers have it on offense, and Andre Drummond's going to get the inbound pass here. Tries to take it right down the lane, and he throws it away, and it'll be Golden State ball. Spencer has it for Golden State. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to play here in this first half. Pajemski with a handoff to Spencer, takes it towards the outside. His defender is Andre Drummond. They swing it over to Buddy Hield. Down low in the post is Quentin Post, and he swings it back over towards the far side. Maxey tries to get the steal, falls with the basketball, hands it off to Barlow, and the Sixers have it on offense. Grimes is in between the circles and dumps it back off to Andre Drummond. A cut to the basket by Quentin Grimes, and it's intercepted by Buddy Hield. And again, they double-team the ball handler. Melton's three-pointer, no. The ball is volleyballed off of Maxey's hands, then off of Barlow's hands, and a three again by Melton. Can't get it on the second try. They had a golden opportunity, Golden State, to cut it to a single-digit lead. And the Sixers have it back on offense again. They'll trap Tyrese Maxey. Grimes gets it. And a Drummond corner three-pointer. Not that time either. So the Sixers not shooting the ball well from downtown. They worked pretty quickly to get that shot off. And just have been a little bit cold over the last couple of minutes after getting off to such a hot start to the second quarter. Post for a three in the corner, and that'll cut the lead to single digits. So Philadelphia, they were up once upon a time by 17 points, and now it's cut to a 7-point game. 3:25 to go in quarter number two. Oubre with a three. Can he answer back? No, he cannot. Barlow fights for a lot of contact, and a loose ball foul called on Golden State. I mean, he went tumbling towards the deck. He got hit in the face by Post, and he stands on up. He caught the rebound. Yep, he got actually pushed right on the neck by Quentin Post. Thought maybe he got him in the face at first, but pushed right on the neck. There's one more game to go in tonight's NBA slate, and that is Phoenix against Portland. That game will begin at 11 o'clock. Oubre with a three on the near side. No, and Drummond catches. Volleyball's the miss. Puts up another two, and he can't get that one to fall either. So the Sixers haven't scored in about 3 minutes or so. Hield puts it up, puts it on in. And, you know, just after the timeout that was taken by Philadelphia, nothing seems to be working. Maxey gets the inbound pass. He's had a very cold first half. And it's a 10-0 run by Golden State. Maxey going up to put up a jumper, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. What is the name and who's the artist of that song that you played during the break? I really like it. I'll have to look it up. It's I'll have to look it up. I'll have to give. I honestly should give them credit. I know it's like a technicality thing, but yeah, I'll have to look it up. I think that was from Elgato's music. It could have been Elgato Stream Deck's music, and I just was searching for one day, and I just found that one, and it was royalty free. I think it was under Elgato. Yeah. I'll have to find the file name to that. Foul shot number one is good. 54-48. Philadelphia up by 6. Especially on like a night like tonight, it really fits the vibe, you know. Maxey, second foul shot.
Excellent.
And he gives the Sixers a 7-point lead. Draymond will swing it over to Buddy Hield, and his layup is contested by Drummond, and Sixers get a rebound. Oubre looking to fight through adversity. There was no foul called there. He got hit and slapped on the wrist. Like, how could they not call that? Another three by Moses Moody. You knew it was good, and it most certainly was. It was a 7-possession lead for Philadelphia. Now it's only a 2-possession lead. Maxey turns it over and gets the ball swatted out of his hands. He's not happy with the referee. The referee tells him to calm down a little bit. And 55-51. Sixers will actually keep the ball. Excuse me. But Maxey was like, how was I not fouled there? Let's look. Yeah, he got hit right on the hand. Refs are just a lot of no calls in this game, it seems like. 2 minutes left to go in quarter number two. Edgecombe dribbling with the left hand, takes it into the Sixers front court side of things, crosses over again, dumps it off to Oubre, and another 76ers turnover. And Edgecombe tries to get the ball back. It's bowled over to Buddy Hield, but Jemski pump fakes, hesitates, puts up a tough two, and now all of a sudden it's a 1-point lead. The Sixers have not scored in what seems like forever. 55-54. Just two sides of the coin here in the second quarter. Barlow fades away as he gets knocked and tumbled to the ground. Can't make the two. Buddy Hield back over to Gary Payton, and a foul called. And that is going to result in free throws. Sixers have been battling through a lot of physical adversity in this game. They actually will call it a 55-53 lead. Buddy Hield misses the first foul shot. So what, did they reverse one of the three-pointers that Golden State hit and say that it was just a two? First foul shot, no good. Oh, man. What do you think of the Todd hire for the Browns? I like it. It's grown on me, especially after his introductory press conference today. You know, I didn't see it, and I apologize for not seeing your text or your message before. Ultimate Sports Network, thanks so much for being on here, man. I appreciate you. Second foul shot is good, and so it's a 55-54 game with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in this second quarter. There's a handoff over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gets it over at the top of the key, crosses over again, puts up another three, and the Sixers can't hit anything. Oubre does grab an offensive rebound. 58 seconds left to be played in this second quarter. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Barlow goes up with a tough runner inside. That one won't go. And so Golden State has it yet again. Oh, gosh. What an ugly second half to the second quarter it's been for the 76ers. Buddy Hield crossing over, fading over towards the basket. Tries to lay it up and in. Not that time. Rebounded by Edgecombe. Off-balance three by Maxey. And that was certainly a foul in the act of shooting. And Tyrese will go to the line for 3 foul shots. Oh, man. So let's see. So yeah, Todd Monken. Todd Monken going to be the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, I missed the press conference today. 56-55 is the score. Philadelphia up by a point. Maxey with 5 in this game so far. He's made all 3 of his free throws. Each team in this quarter has 4 fouls. The game has sort of slowed up a little bit. Maxey trying to make 2 out of 3 free throws. Or go 2 for 2 from the line this trip around. And then he'll have 1 more free throw coming up after this. And he makes the next one. I think I gotta take the sweater off. 57-55. 31.9 seconds left to go. And Maxey looks to make it a 3-point lead. And he does.
Excellent.
30 seconds left in this second quarter. Melton dribbles with the left hand and tries to back up Tyrese Maxey over on the baseline with 20 seconds left to go. Swings it over to Draymond Green. His defender is Adem Bona. Another bounce pass that's deflected off of Maxey's hands into the breadbasket of Draymond Green. Melton, tough layup over Adem Bona, was heavily contested, but he got it off anyways. 58-57. 5 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Maxey throws it over to Watford. One more to Edgecombe. His three-pointer is blocked, and that's going to wrap up the first half. So the Sixers got off to a very good start. In the second quarter, they were on what was a 16-4 run, and then Golden State just put up a 20-11 run. And so they've cut it. They've made it close. Sixers lead it, though, as they go into halftime. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Don't go anywhere. Gonna get some stretching in, and I will see you very, very soon. All right, Sixers are up by 3 points at the half. Weird first half, really. It was odd because the 76ers started off the game strong, and then it just felt like that both teams have had their runs. The Sixers had an extremely awesome run to start off the second quarter. It just felt like that they were not missing any of their shots. They took a really good volume amount of shots. They played really great defense, and then they just took their foot off the gas pedal in the second part of that second quarter, and all of a sudden, Golden State was back in this, and they ended up taking the lead. And the 76ers and Golden State were sort of riding the seesaw throughout the rest of the last minute and a half. And the Sixers did come out with the lead at halftime, 58-55. But, yeah, it's been a cold night for Tyrese Maxey. Didn't necessarily get off to the best start here in the first half. And you hope that he's going to step up in the second half. But I think that the main reason why he's been very cold tonight is that he just has been getting so much attention. And he's been sort of looking like how Kawhi looked in the first half of last night's game when the Sixers guarded him really well. But I feel like that's sort of happening here to Tyrese Maxey. And I know that Joel Embiid definitely does make life easier for Tyrese Maxey. Makes life easier for everybody, just from an offensive perspective, because he still is a very good screener, and he draws a lot of gravity. And Maxey's not able to get as many screens from Andre Drummond or from other guys, and that's been a little bit frustrating. But at the same time, Tyrese Maxey has done this before. We saw him play really well without Joel Embiid, so there's really no excuse. But I'm just thinking to myself, well, maybe that's probably part of it, and I'm sure that it is. But the other part, too, is that even when good defense is being provided, Tyrese Maxey still, most of the time, is able to make teams pay with his three-point shot, or just with the way that he attacks, and he just utilizes his speed. So I'm also sort of wondering if fatigue has been a part of the equation as well. But yeah, him and Edgecombe in this game, 18 points. VJ's looked a little bit better. Still hasn't necessarily shot the ball well from three, but he's been making plays. He's been a very good playmaker for this team, and I've been very happy with how he's played. He actually has the highest plus-minus out of all the starters. He's a plus 10, and when he's went out of this game, he's made that much of a difference. The 76ers, he's their best defensive player right now, with Paul George being on the shelf, and I just feel like that this is the moment in time where you really need to be careful where you sit, VJ, because teams will attack and teams will find ways to beat you even when he's out there on the bench. Trendon Watford's been a positive today. He's been getting some rebounds. For some reason, though, Trendon Watford has been really hesitant taking the three. I don't know why. It just feels like when he's on the perimeter and it looks like he's ready to take a three, he sort of second thinks, or he has second thoughts to himself. And I don't necessarily understand that. And I hope that maybe it's just a confidence thing and he can get better with that. But yeah, the first quarter, they were doing a great job attacking on the glass. They were getting offensive rebounds. Andre Drummond was getting boards left and right. And so was Dominic Barlow. And that's the reason why that they were dominating to start off the first quarter, because they got a lot of second chance opportunities. But Golden State found ways to neutralize that, because what they did was they went to more so of a bigger lineup. And they got Post and Pajemski off the bench. They've been very active on the glass too. But yeah, I'm not really happy with how things played out towards the end of that second quarter. I really felt like that the 76ers looked like that they were just tired. They ran out of gas. And in the third quarter, with the way that things have played out in the third quarter this year, I don't really have the most confidence in how they're going to do in this third quarter here. So just giving you my thoughts. being realistic about everything, and it hasn't really been a good game. It hasn't left a good taste in my mouth. There were some moments where I'm like, wow, oh, that's phenomenal, and they're doing really well. But it's been a roller coaster, of emotions in this game. That's actually the best way to sum it up. You see the highs, and then you see the ugly. It's just bad. Then Bona, how about those two dunks that he had? The one nice alley-oop from Quentin Grimes to Bona, that was disgusting in a good way. And then Bona's put-back jam off of Grimes' missed three, that was also phenomenal too. So, but anyhow, that's what's going on in this game so far. Look at their bench. Look at Golden State's bench. 10 points from Quentin Post, 9 points from Buddy Hield. The other thing, too, is that the Sixers did a terrible job guarding the three ball in the first quarter. They allowed 5 straight threes for Golden State to hit. It wasn't 5 straight, but they were 5 for 9 from their from shooting beyond the arc. Wanted to correct myself there. But still, it's not good either. The Golden State bench has 30 points. They've scored more than the starters. Pat Spencer only has 2. D'Anthony Melton has 6. They look, I don't know, like that they have juice. And I'm just hoping that changes. And I don't know how they're going to do in the third quarter, but we shall see. And we shall see right about now. I thought the point is 56. Why is it 55, says Alexander. It said it was 56, but I believe that they took off a point because Golden State made a 2 instead of a 3. I still haven't gotten an update why on the Twitter side of things. But I was thinking about that too. There was another trade between... Oh, wait, this is not another trade. This is the Utah trade that was earlier today with the Memphis Grizzlies. So Memphis traded Jaren Jackson, Jock Landale, John Conchar, and Vince Williams Jr. And Utah got George Niang, Taylor Hendricks, Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, and 3 first-round picks. That is actually an interesting move for both teams. That's really interesting. And then you also have James Harden to the Cavaliers and Darius Garland and a second-round pick to the LA Clippers. So they get to get off that James Harden contract to the LA Clippers, that is. So it's a 58-55 game. And so we start off the third quarter, and Golden State will have the ball. Here's a 3 by Draymond Green. Couldn't get it to go off the left wing. VJ Edgecombe grabs the rebound for Philadelphia, takes it down the lane, throws it over to Barlow, and Barlow lost the ball, fumbled it, and it'll be Golden State ball. The Jazz will be tough. Yeah. It's a good trade, man. That's a good trade for Utah. I think that they're going to definitely get some great production out of that trade. Sixers have to scramble as Guy Santos puts up a tray, and Andre Drummond catches the rebound. Oubre did a nice job tipping it out over to Andre Drummond as there was traffic. 2 Warriors were right in front of him. 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So we've only played 1 minute so far in this second half. Edgecombe takes it over towards the left side of the hash mark, the third hash mark that is. Can't get the shot to go. Drummond volleyballs the rebound into the hands of Buddy Hield. So not a good start for the 76ers, penetrating on the offensive side of things. Another drive over towards the cup, and a 3 by Al Horford off the kickout is just a little bit short. So both teams have been very cold out of the gate shooting-wise in this second half. You saw Horford missed a 3. You saw a couple of missed shots from each team so far. Maxey with a Little pass to Andre Drummond. The baby hook shot is too strong. Barlow gets the offensive rebound. Boxed out Draymond Green. And we have a foul called on Al Horford. Just want to see them get very active on the glass and be able to provide those counter punches. Just giving them second chance opportunities. Can we win the third quarter? My guy, if we want to win a third quarter, we have to get rebounds at a high level. We just do. Got to get second chance opportunities to go. Tyrese Maxey talking to Nick Nurse over on the sidelines as Barlow puts up the first foul shot, and it's good. Get those rebounds, and also, can we just have better play calling too? For some reason, they've gone away from that. 60-55. As Philadelphia makes both foul shots.
Excellent.
Barlow had a career night last night. The ball gets knocked away off of Kelly Oubre's left hand. It was supposed to go to Santos, and it'll head on out of bounds and still be Golden State basketball. The Warriors, 27-23 in their first 50 games of the season. They are 9 games above 500. At home. Pajemski with a catch-and-shoot trifecta, no. And Tyrese Maxey jumps on over 2 Warriors players, grabs the rebound, fumbles the ball, gets it back, and is going to be double-teamed and has to bounce pass it over to Kelly Oubre. And Oubre is going to try to pass it, and the ball's deflected off of Moses Moody's left hand. Scoring. Either keep scoring or stop them from scoring. Or how about both? How about both? That sounds good. Oh, by the way, Malcio, I don't know if I answered your question. I think I did in chat. But my favorite milkshake that I've had, I love those cookie dough milkshakes. I think I had one in Hershey. It was so good. Here's a little bounce pass over towards the left. It goes off of Al Horford's left foot. Actually, no, that was like a brownie chunk milkshake. That was such a treat that day. It was like a brownie cookie dough chunk milkshake from Hershey. It was so good. I couldn't lie. Dude, if we ever go to the White Sox Stadium, I still have to order the cake shake. If we ever go down to Chicago and go see the White Sox play. BJ Edgecombe is going to inbound it over to Andre Drummond. We talked about ballpark food like the first day of the season, and that was like one of the big highlights. Maxey gets trapped, passes it over towards the near side. A catch-and-shoot 3 by Kelly Oubre. No, Barlow offensive rebound. He's been active, and so Edgecombe puts up a 3. That one won't go. Barlow again hustles for another rebound. That goes over towards the perimeter. So Barlow is everywhere. Maxey double teams. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Sixers getting the bounces to go their way. They hand it off to Edgecombe. 2 seconds left. He has to put up a tough runner inside, and he does. And the Sixers are able to extend their lead to 7. I don't think that's what the 76ers drew up, and they forced Golden State to play scramble there, but it worked out anyways. Draymond with a pass. They double-teamed him, left the shooter, D'Anthony Melton, wide open, and thank goodness he missed that shot. It was a corner 3. Drummond a rebound. Outlet pass to VJ Edgecombe, and now over to Oubre. They swing it over to Maxey. Tyrese Maxey, tough floater inside. Too strong. However, the good news is that he's fouled, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2 foul shots. It's all been thanks to the grit that Dominic Barlow has been providing here in this third quarter and given the 76ers plenty of opportunities to try to score. And that's been the difference of this third quarter so far. Foul shot number 1 by Tyrese is up and good. Shantae is here. What's up, Shantae? How you doing? How you doing, Shantae? Nah, I saw it. Thanks for answering your favorite. Yeah, I got you, man. It might take me a little bit of time to answer things, and I do apologize. I need to be better with that. 64-55 is the score. Basketball, though, it's like so tough because you're constantly talking and talking and talking. And sometimes I feel like I need to tell myself to shut up and sometimes I don't talk, and it's like, what the heck? Horford with a 2. Not that time. Drummond says, give me my basketball, and he does. He gets it. Here's Tyrese Maxey over towards the lane. Passes it over to Kelly Oubre Jr., and Maxey will get it on back and reset at the top of the perimeter. Sixers provide good ball movement here. Oubre with a catch-and-shoot 3. Nice pass by Drummond. Good finish by Oubre. How about this 9-0 start for the 76ers here in the third quarter? Let's go. That's good. Excellent distribution of the basketball. The ball found Edgecombe on the three-point perimeter on the far corner. And then they lofted it over to Oubre. Swung it over to Andre Drummond. And then Oubre got it back for a 3. Put it up and in. Did I say lofted it over to Oubre? I meant to say that they got it to Barlow. Barlow to Drummond. And Drummond over to Oubre. Quan's here. So with the PG suspension, can this team weather the storm? Says Quan. Well, so far, I guess from a technicality winning perspective, they have. But can they keep it up? I don't know. I think that a lot of it depends on what happens on Thursday, right? A lot of this depends on this trade deadline. So I feel like I'll be able to answer that question after Thursday, if that makes sense, because this might be a completely different team, you know? So I think I think that that's fair. If they stay put as is, as far as the core goes, with Tyrese, VJ, Joel, I would say that they could tread water. I think ultimately at the end of the day, though, if I'm being honest, treading water means staying at the 6th seed. I think that they can. I don't know about beyond that. But if they do somehow, some way get a Giannis Antetokounmpo, that changes everything. So it's a different team because now you're adding in a big, big piece that is a franchise changer. So I can't fully answer that question. All right. So 67-55 is the score. Folks, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel too. My name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. We do like an old school radio play-by-play style. A 9-0 start for the 76ers in the third quarter. Who would have thought that? Here we go. Warriors haven't scored a field goal in 4.5 minutes. Melton tries to pass it over to Santos, and can he put an end to it? He does. And the three-point shot is up and in by Golden State. 67-58 with 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Edgecombe slicing and dicing towards the rim, and he gets hit hard. And we'll head back to the line for a pair of foul shots. Shantae says, what do you think of the James Harden trade? I'm tired of him getting traded, and I think he needs to stop basketball because he doesn't seem to be happy anywhere. And I agree that I'm tired of him getting traded too. I agree with that part. As far as him stopping basketball, it makes some money, but if it really is annoying, right? Like, we've seen it so many times. He asked out for the 76ers. I mean, come on. It really is frustrating. And for the Cavaliers to take a chance, does it make them better with him pairing with Donovan Mitchell? I don't know. I really don't know. Foul shot number 2 by VJ Edgecombe. That's up, and that's good for Philadelphia. Excellent. It's a 10-point lead. Melton takes it over towards the three-point line, crosses over about 2 times, drives it down the lane. Drummond guards him very well. Draymond saves the ball from going on out of bounds. The pass was a little bit wide, and a three-pointer no good by Golden State. Maxey catches the rebound. But yeah, I don't really necessarily know if Cleveland really gets better. I mean, Donovan Mitchell being paired with him, I think Darius Garland going to the Clippers is not a bad move. I really don't, but doesn't make them better either. Maybe just marginally. Like, the trade doesn't really make sense. I don't really know. 68-58. Here's Draymond Green for a 3. Got it to go at the top of the key. D'Anthony Melton got a big rebound that caused Draymond to hit that tray. And so it's back to a single-digit lead. But yeah, I am tired of James Harden being moved everywhere. Do you think I'll hit with Edgecombe over 18 points? Well, he already has 14 right now, and we're in the third quarter. And if it stays close, then probably. Probably Bethany. Good luck. Good luck to your bet. I mean, I understand it makes him some money, but he needs to be happy playing basketball. He doesn't seem to be happy anywhere. Oh, I agree with that. I mean that's clearly what it looks like. It seems like that there's definitely a loss for passion. Draymond with another 3, can't get it to go that time. I'll always remember that at Game 7, where even though Golden State lost to the Cavaliers, he just like went off for 3 from 3 and hit 6 threes in a row. 70 points as VJ Edgecombe just made a 2. So there you go. Now you need 2 more points to win yours. There we go. Keith Santos is going to get fouled by Philadelphia, and the clock will stop with 5:28 to go. You know, I was going to ask tomorrow if James Harden didn't get traded. I was going to ask, should the 76ers take James Harden back, even though it would never happen. Part of me was thinking, you know what? You know? Maybe. 70-61. That's such a troll comment. I was totally kidding. Here we go. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Spencer for a 3. Got it. Oh, my gosh. Come on. They left him wide open. Pat Spencer. He's just a Sixers destroyer, man. 6-point lead now for the 76ers. Watford looks for Grimes on the outside. Grimes is trapped by Spencer. Zips it over to Edgecombe. His catch and shoot 3. Got it. He buried it from downtown on the left wing. And they desperately needed that. He was really cold in this game. So there we go. VJ Edgecombe with now 19 points. And I think somebody just won some money. And so here's a pass over towards the near corner. And Quentin Post has it. Fumbling the basketball. Buddy Hield. Lost it. Out of bounds. Philadelphia ball. And can they capitalize on this turnover? They just said that Embiid was not named January Player of the Month. I don't know why somebody reposted. Oh, Drew Hanlon. Drew Hanlon posted on Twitter, how in the world was Embiid not named January's Player of the Month? And instead it was gone to Jaylen Brown. And they have a side-by-side of like 10 different categories, and Embiid like beats him in every single one. That's crazy. 73-64, 4:23 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers are already into bonus. Drummond's at the line. The first free throw, he got it to go. It's a 16-9 third quarter. Not a lot of scoring at all for Golden State. Sixers defense has been really good. All right, it's a 10-point lead for the Philadelphia 76ers. Dr. Delay, baby. Drummond Second foul shot, no. Edgecombe tips it out over to Grimes. Excellent play by VJ Edgecombe. A handoff to maxey. Alley-oop pass to Drummond. Oh, he couldn't finish it. He grabs his own rebound, though. Throws it over to Watford. The layup that time, no good. It just rung out at the last second. But there's a foul called, and that's going to be on Golden State. The 76ers had 3 golden opportunities to score there, and they were actually going to call a goaltending on Guy Santos because they called basket interference. Yeah, as the ball hit the rim, Santos' left hand touched the rim, they say. That's what the ruling was. And a timeout and a challenge is going to be called by Steve Kerr. So Golden State is going to challenge this. We'll see who wins this case if Golden State can win. But hopefully, for the Sixers' sake, they don't. Please go subscribe to Dr. Delay, folks. Dr. Delay does an incredible job calling college basketball. He also does Penguins hockey. He covers the Penguins. And they did pretty good today. I was listening to Dr. Delay's game that he had, his latest one. But yeah, does an awesome job. That's my guy. That's my guy, Dr. Delay. Drop your link down below, my friend. It's a late night here. You know, it's a little bit chill. It's a little bit laid back. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. They're going to lose their challenge this tie. I agree. I don't know how this would be overturned. I really don't. 5 points for Andre Drummond. He has 10 rebounds. He had 4 rebounds in the first 4 minutes of this game and then got really cold. And then in the third quarter, the Sixers' rebounding has been super excellent. And I said in this quarter that the 76ers need to do a really good job on the glass. They are the worst third quarter team. They're the worst third quarter team in the NBA. That's not a joke. That's serious. That's a crime. That's terrible. But the reason why they're up in this game is because they have 40 rebounds compared to Golden State's 22. They've also out-offensive rebounded the Golden State Warriors so far, 18-5. That's going to work. That's going to work. Ready for the Pirates. Let's go, Bucks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dude, I'm so happy to see you on here. And congratulations to all the success, man. Like, really, you've been busting your butt. You've been doing an awesome job. And I knew from day one that you had that awesome work ethic. And it's always nice to be able to see other people in the streaming community be able to go to work and, succeed. It's awesome. So, I'm proud of you, man. Keep going. Keep going. Drummond is a rebounding machine. Somebody said that he had a 2-inch vertical wingspan or like whatever it was. I think he probably heard that. The challenge was actually successful, and Golden State's going to get their timeout back. So it was not defensive goaltending. And instead, Golden State is also going to get the ball too because of what happened after the play, because it was rebounded technically by Guy Santos. That's crazy. Spencer tries to get the ball down the lane, and it'll be turned over by Golden State. Didn't necessarily stay with the play there, and I apologize. Golden State had a nice opportunity to get an easy 2, and it just went off of Pat Spencer's hands. Maxey with a drop-off dime over to Watford, and the runner is no good. Edgecombe saves it from going out of bounds. It gets knocked into the hands of Maxey at half court. What a save by VJ Edgecombe over on the baseline. Here's Watford initiating some contact, and they're going to call a charge. They will say offensive foul. He elbowed Quentin Post right into the nose. And so it'll be Golden State basketball once again. Post jumped up for that block there, and yeah, he got elbowed right there. That's got to hurt. Ever get hit on the nose? You probably don't want to. It's not fun. Got to go, man. Good to see you. Good luck with the stream. Go Sixers. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for stopping on by. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Spencer being guarded by Drummond. Grimes took a gamble, tried to go for the pick. Driving down the lane is Richard, and they're going to call a travel. They're going to say that he took 4 steps there, and so it'll be Sixers ball again. Golden State just absolutely cold here in this third quarter. Only 9 points and 18 points for Philadelphia. I'll leave the stream on for the lurk. Oh, dude, you're the best. You don't have to do that. Grimes trying to go down the lane. Hard contact there. Just made the layup, and he gets it to go. Underhanded scoop, and it's a 12-point lead for Philadelphia. An 8-0 run over the last minute and 45 seconds for the Sixers. They got to scramble back on defense. Spencer, runner. It's a little bit short again. Andre Drummond hauls in the miss, and Philadelphia marching up the tempo and speeding it up. Maxey crossing over at the top of the perimeter. The double team comes. What's Maxey going to do? He drives it over towards the nail. He kicks it out to Watford, and his three is just a little bit off the mark, and it goes off of Andre Drummond's left hand, and Quentin Post catches the board. Philadelphia does have 38 points in the paint. Golden State with just 20. They've made a lot of their points from beyond the arc. And here's another three-pointer. That's too strong. Watford rebound. Here comes Edgecombe off to the races. Back to Maxey. His three. No. And Edgecombe tried to get the rebound, and Guy Santos is there. I really wanted VJ to just attack there. They passed it over to Maxey, and Maxey decided to take the three. And I didn't think was... I thought that was ill-advised. Maxey makes up for it, though. After getting a rebound, he speeds up, and he takes it right towards the left side of the lane, plays it up and on in, and the Sixers have 20 points in this third quarter. Podziemski for three. Too strong again. Offensive rebound by Pat Spencer as he climbs the ladder. Man, another wide-open three. Spencer, another tray. Got it to go. Can they just let Pat Spencer, can they just put somebody on him? Come on. Every time he faces the Sixers, it just feels like that he just does a good job shooting the three. And we have another timeout taken by Philadelphia. 1:31 to go here in quarter number 3. Pat Spencer, he's like a Sixers assassin. Really. Every time the ball just finds his hands, he just makes the 76ers pay. How many points does he average per game? Do they even say? This guy averages 5 points per game, and he puts up like 20 against the Sixers. He had 10 points against Minnesota on January 26th, but when he played against the Sixers... Yeah, he had 16 against the 76ers, and I believe that 14 of them came in the second half, and he almost single-handedly beat them in the fourth quarter. It was pretty wild. That was the last time that he scored 16 points, though. He did have a 19-point game against the Cavs on Saturday, the following day, but other than that, though, really hasn't been doing much. And part of the reason why is because he'll be getting minutes like this when Steph Curry doesn't play, right? So that's also a part of it. Doesn't really have a whole lot to do with his skill set per se. It's just that they're very stacked at the guard position because of Steph and Seth. So, Phoenix Suns. They're playing against the Portland Trail Blazers. It's 46-35. Portland has the lead. It's the only other game on right now. Andre Drummond, 5 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 block in this game tonight for the 76ers. And he's over on the bench. It's an 80-67 game. Maxey inbounds it over to Watford. Trendon Watford spinning, driving towards the cup. Nice little smooth finish by Trendon Watford over Guy Santos. He had a hand in his face and just spun around towards his left, laid it on him with the underhanded lay-in. Santos again gets the ball knocked loose by Maxey. Comes back up with the basketball, though. Horford at the nail, putting up a runner inside. Got it to go. Al Horford, even at the age of 50. Just kidding, he's not 50, but he's been in the league for quite some time. He's 39 years old. 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter, putting up 7 points per game this year and still playing at a very good level. Oubre is going to get fouled with exactly 44 seconds to go by DeAnthony Melton. If the Sixers, here's a hypothetical for you. If the 76ers are a play-in team this year, and if they don't make the playoffs, does Nick Nurse deserve to be fired? Foul shot number 1 by Oubre, and that's a little bit short. Hits off the front side of the rim. Let me know what your thoughts are about that down below. 76ers need to finish strong. They've struggled to close out too many games this year. They do, but they've also struggled in the third quarter. And right now they're dominating in the third quarter. 42 seconds left to go. And DeAnthony Melton spins around, turns around, lays it up, can't lay it in. Excellent defense by Grimes and rebounded by Tyrese Maxey. That was awesome by Quentin Grimes to be able to stop him right in his tracks. 25 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. We'll get you the stats in just a couple of seconds, and we'll change it back. Maxey with a drop-off pass to Oubre. His three-pointer. Yes! 14.9 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Excellent shooting from Kelly Oubre Jr. And Melton again crossing over on the top of the perimeter, putting up a shot. It's good. They'll call it a 2 for now, saying that his left foot was on the line. 3 seconds to go. Maxey outlet pass to Watford. Another 3 by Watford at the buzzer. Not that time. And we'll be back in just a few moments. It's a 13-point lead for Philadelphia, heading on into quarter number 4. We'll be right back. Here we go to the fourth quarter as the Sixers lead it by a baker's dozen. Let's do this again, folks. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you all so much for being on here and for tuning on into this stream. Alrighty, so we're going into the fourth quarter. Oubre, Edgecombe, Watford, Bona, and Grimes are the starting 5 for Philadelphia. The Warriors have Horford, Moody, Podziemski, Payton, and Melton as their 5 players. All right, so here we go. Sixers, because they won the tip-off, are going to get the ball first. Oubre crosses over on the outside, hands it off to Trendon Watford. A double team comes. He'll pass it over to Adem Bona. Mbona is fouled, attempting to go for a dunk. And that'll stop the clock with just 22 seconds into this fourth quarter. He's grabbing onto his hand for a second. The Knicks and the Boston Celtics are 32-18. The 76ers are technically fourth in their division. Again, I know that divisions don't necessarily matter, but it just goes to show, if it was, I mean, that four teams are over 500 in that Eastern Conference Atlantic Division. Foul shot number 1 by Adem Bona. Made the first one. Can he make the second one, though, is the question. No, he cannot. It's too strong. Melton climbs the ladder, hauls in the rebound. 85-71, 14-point lead for the 76ers. Horford out there for Golden State, along with Moody, Podziemski, Payton, and Melton. Horford on the baseline, looking to shimmy his way over towards the lay-in, and he gets the layup to go. Back to a 12-point ball game. Seems like both teams have been attacking and getting down into the lane. Edgecombe's off balance, and he hits a baseline J. He's probably practiced that shot plenty of times. He made it look easy, and that was just unbelievable that he made it off balance like that, though. 87-73. Made it look fun. That's for sure. Warriors have 3 timeouts left. Philadelphia has 4 with 10:53 remaining in the regulation of this game. Kai Carlin says, I've got a real hot take, guys. Ready? I think this kid VJ Edgecombe is really good at basketball. That's a hot take. Just kidding. We have a foul called on Golden State, and it'll still be Philadelphia basketball. Grimes at the top of the perimeter, bounces it over to Watford. Trendon Watford going up with a runner, soft touch, smooth finish, and 89-73 is the score. Play by Watford too. You like to see him going out there to attack. 11 points. Here's a three-pointer that's up, and that's good. And that'll make it now a 13-point lead. Moses Moody cuts the deficit. That's his third three that he has made in this game tonight. Grimes initiates contact from Al Horford. Sort of banged knees with him. And a foul called on Al. The Warriors in this game in particular, as VJ Edgecombe now has 21 points. Golden State is shooting 41% from downtown. That's why that they're still technically in this game. Their three-point shooting has been good. Sixers have been doing an excellent job on the rebounding. Al Horford with 5 fouls, one more than he's done. Here we go. 4 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Oubre with a catch-and-shoot trifecta. Not that time. Offensive rebound by Trendon Watford. It went off of Bona's hands. He volleyball tipped it over to Watford. Another 3 by Philadelphia. No. Oubre saves it from going out of bounds. Bounces it over to Watford in the dunker spot. And he lays it up and in. The Sixers have been so good on the offensive side of the glass. Moody for 3, no. Melton catches it at the nail and takes it over towards the perimeter. The ball gets blocked by Watford. It goes on out of bounds. Trendon Watford in this fourth quarter has made a huge difference. And also, by the way, Kelly Oubre Jr., give credit where credit is due for saving that basketball. It really, before it went over to Watford, deflected right off of Moody's left knee. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Horford gets the inbound pass. His catch-and-shoot trifecta is going to go in and out. And Bona snatches another board. Bona and Drummond have been so good on the glass, and so has Trendon Watford and Dominic Barlow, too. Sixers tried to put up a 3. It was Quentin Grimes. He couldn't hit it, though. And Golden State back On the offensive side, Sixers scramble. Pajemski's three-pointer is good. Again, they just tried the double team for no reason. They send help over to the ball handler, and it's a 12-point game. Timeout by Nick Nurse with 8:51 left to go in the fourth quarter. Drummond has 11 rebounds. Bona has 6. Watford has 8. Oubre has 5. Barlow has 5. This is great, man. This is really great. Everybody that has played in this game for the 76ers, except for Jared McCain, has at least 4 rebounds. That'll work. That's really nice. McCain has no rebounds. Also has only played in 7 minutes. Wanted to see something. Where is it? There was something else. I forget what it was. That's awesome, man. It's a hot take, Shante. I have another hot take. Tyrese Maxey in this game has 11 points, but he's still this year playing like an MVP. He's 5th in the league in points per game. That's the other thing to like wrap your head around, and we haven't necessarily talked about that as a narrative. Tyrese Maxey looks so tired. He does. Like, this is a good game for, as far as speed-wise, like, the speed that he plays at, or that he's playing at tonight, is usually good for any NBA player, but this is really slow for Tyrese Maxey. He looks so gassed out there. I don't know. It's like that point of the season where, you know, it's February and you're in the middle and you're in the thick of things and you're playing a lot of minutes. I just feel like I don't know, the slump is coming, but I'd rather have him have this slump now, if that makes sense. So, VJ's doing a lot of the carrying, and Oubre and Bona and Watford and Grimes doing an excellent job off the bench. Excellent job. The other thing, too, though, is that Maxey could close out this game. I wouldn't be surprised. Not at all. Would not be surprised. The turnovers need to be a little bit less than what they are. Drummond is 3, Oubre is 2, Maxey is 1, Edgecombe is 2. I'd like to try to see them get a little bit more on the same page, but I figured that was going to be a part of the equation too, especially in tonight's game without Joel. Edgecombe is going to inbound it to Dominic Barlow and a handoff to Kelly Oubre Jr. Sixers have an athletic lineup out there. Oubre looking to pass it over to Edgecombe. Here's Maxey on the near corner. He steps back. He takes a jump shot and can't get it to go. Draymond gets the rebound, Yeah, look at this lineup. They got Bona, Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, and Barlow. This is a great lineup from Nick Nurse. Another three-point shot off the mark by Golden State. The defense has done an extraordinary job in the second half. Edgecombe dribbles it back over towards the logo and finds Barlow on the near side. Barlow gets it snatched away. Oubre puts up a 3. It's way too strong. Barlow's there at the right time. Lays it up and on in again. Dominic Barlow and Trendon Watford doing an excellent job in this second half. Moody gets the pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. Moses Moody again just fumbled the basketball as he got it over towards the left side of the corner on the three-point line and could not catch it. The ball goes out of bounds, Sixers ball, and that's just another play again, and I have to keep pointing this out. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. Another time where the 76ers double-team the ball handler, and the open shooter's just wide open. Luckily enough for their sake, though, he didn't catch it. Dominic Barlow has 6 rebounds tonight. They have all come via the offensive glass. What else? 93-79. And Maxey has the rock. He's controlling the tempo. And he passes it over to Edgecombe. Another handoff back to Maxey. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey dribbles behind his back, crosses over, lost the ball. Barlow has it. 2 seconds left to go. Barlow fades away, goes up for a 2. It's blocked and taken back by Draymond Green. I don't know who came up with the block there, but it was an excellent play. It was Guy Santos. They gave him credit for that. Moses Moody missing another 3. Golden State being a little bit cold from downtown in this fourth quarter. Maxey penetrates some contact, and he's fouled. And they'll say that it's a personal, was not in the act of shooting. Golden State with 4 fouls. The 76ers have none. It's highly unlikely to happen, but seeing the Phils hit a walk-off against to win the NLCS would be so special. You know what? Just get me back to the NLCS first, and then I'll be happy one step at a time. Here's Andre Drummond going down the lane, ruined to the basket, laying it up and in, and the Philadelphia 76ers just pouring it on in the second half. Draymond dribbles, passes it to Spencer, one more to Moody for a 3, wide open, good. And it's now 95-82. I don't even know if it's likely that the Philadelphia Phillies get back to the NLCS. That's another conversation. But it's nice, though, to dream. It is. It's nice to have optimism. I agree with that. Edgecombe to Barlow. His near wing 3 is up, and that's good. And another tray hit by Philadelphia, and that'll increase the lead to 16. Spencer draws VJ Edgecombe on him. Edgecombe snatches it away, and the steal is recorded. Edgecombe to Drummond, down low on the block. Drummond laying it up, laying it on in. Timeout by Steve Kerr. Let's go. 182. All right, I'll take this off for now. I guess we have too many things running. OBS does not like us right now. That's too bad. I don't even think I have anything else running except for these browsers. That's it. Tyree's been playing too many minutes. That's why PG suspension is concerning to you. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, also just losing your best defensive player is concerning as well in itself. So, I hear you. VJ Edgecombe is just carrying the 76ers tonight. Made up for the poor shooting that he had last night. Got hot today. I called that too. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. It's been his night. It's been great. Against the Dodgers specifically, or the Mets, if they pick themselves up, says Malcio. Dude, that would be insane. That'd be insane. I would go crazy on stream if they walked it off in the NLCS. Are you kidding me? My gosh. I like the defense, but when it comes to guarding the 3, they can't do it just because of the double teaming, like you said. It's just... Look, double teaming... If you do it correctly, it works. If Steph Curry has 25 points, right, and he's made 4 threes in a row, you double team Steph Curry because now you don't want him to shoot the ball. But when you guard the ball handler, whoever has the ball, it's whoever has the ball, whoever's bringing up the ball, you try to trap them every single time. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to leave a shooter wide open. And it's just not smart, just to put it nicely. It's not. That's like what I don't understand. And that's just from watching the game. I don't know if Nick Nurse intends to do that, but it keeps happening every time, and it has to stop. The amount I would really love to see a stat of how many wide open threes have been given up by the 76ers this year, because I feel like they have got to be up there. And again, from the talent that they have, it shouldn't look like that. Here's D'Anthony Melton getting the inbound pass, wants to ISO this time and puts up a three. That was good defense, and he missed it. That was great defense. He missed the shot, and we have a loose ball foul on Tyrese Maxey. That's Maxey's first personal foul of the game. Sixers have been so disciplined. That's also just their first foul of the quarter. 5:50 left in the fourth quarter. The inbound pass goes again to D'Anthony Melton. D'Anthony takes it over towards the left side of the wing, and he's looking to pass it out. They have to scramble. Sixers do an excellent job rotating. They force Pat Spencer to throw it out of bounds. And 5:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Golden State couldn't get into their set properly, and that's because the 76ers got back with their rotations. VJ Edgecombe over in between the circles, now at the Toyota sign, one-on-one guarded by Buddy Hield. And a bounce pass to Barlow. Another corner three. No good. Drummond got the board, and then it was stolen by Pat Spencer. Edgecombe knocks the ball loose, but I believe, was there a foul called? No, they're just going to say it's Golden State ball. It is still Golden State ball. C. David says, let's say the Rockets will not trade Tari Eason. So what do the 76ers do the trade for Saddiq Bey or Jalen Smith? I don't know, man. 100-84. I mean, Paul George has to be a part of, well, I guess Paul George wouldn't have to be a part of the deal for Saddiq Bey. Barlow swings it over to Oubre. One more to Maxey for a three. That's up and in. Nice job by Tyrese Maxey. Welcome to the party. 103-84. I feel like that three was just like good night. Good night to Golden State. But we'll see. Maybe I spoke too soon. The pass is going to be thrown by Buddy Hield and out of bounds. Last touch by Oubre. What are they going to have to do to trade for him? I mean, Jared McCain's going to have to be a part of the package for Saddiq Bey. There's no doubt about it. You'd probably have to give up something valuable, you know, like a first-round pick or something. Maybe you give up the pick swap, but I don't know, man. I would really take Saddiq Bey. I like Jalen Smith, too. I like Bey better. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. But then my question is, does Saddiq Bey make you a contender? I think he makes you better, but I don't think that, I don't know. There's like so many questions. 103-86 as the shot was up and good for Golden State. It was Pat Spencer pulling up from 10 feet. Maxey at the top of the perimeter again. Throws it over to VJ Edgecombe. 3 seconds left in the shot clock. Edgecombe from the second hash mark. Good! As the shot clock was just expiring, he just got it off. Nothing but net. Extraordinary defense. Just a better shoot, or a better shot that is, by VJ Edgecombe. 105-88. A missed three-pointer by Golden State. And Oubre gets it down low to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe to Drummond for a corner three. Good night, Golden State. 108-88 with 3:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. Spencer will kick it out to Podziemski, and his three-point shot is good. And that'll make it a 17-point lead with 3:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers will take a timeout. Still a little bit of time left to go, but the three-pointers have been falling for Philadelphia. Let's go. 108-91 is the score. 23 points, 7, 7, and 2 for VJ Edgecombe in this game, after assisting an Andre Drummond corner three to help put the Sixers back up by 20. Why is Maxey still in there? Well, I think that they're going to take him out right now because there's 3:16 left to go. So I think that they're going to take him out now. It makes sense. It does. Excellent stuff, man. Jacob Marino even said Andre Drummond, dagger. I just love the fact that Tyrese Maxey did not have a good shooting night, and the Philadelphia 76ers have outscored the Warriors 50-36 in this second half. Great. Really awesome stuff. And I know that Golden State is without Steph and Seth, and they're missing Jimmy Butler, but this is a good win. This is a good win if, obviously, they pull this out. But, yeah, now you just got to close it. Now you just got to close it out. And hang on. I need Buddy for a 3. Oh, my gosh. Buddy Hield, is he out there? He is. Trace Jackson Davis will step on in for Quentin Post. And Golden State's going to wave the white flag. And Guy Santos will take a seat as well. And so will D'Anthony Melton. Levi Leons will come on in for the first time today. Sixers have Edgecombe out there. Oubre, Drummond. Maxey is still there too? Wow. And so is Trendon Watford. The layup by VJ Edgecombe. It's good. And it's now a 110-91 game with 2:48 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Richard, again, at the top of the perimeter, takes a three-pointer, and that's airballed, and it's rebounded by Oubre. I would put Watford in, let Maxey rest, and get ready for Thursday. I agree with you. There's no reason to put him out there right now. I don't even see anybody standing up over on the sidelines for the 76ers to come on in just yet. Maxey taking it over towards the far side of the wing. He's double-teamed. He'll swing it out to Watford, and a near-wing 3, up, and good. And that'll close the door for good for Philadelphia. 2:05 left to be played here in the fourth quarter. And now they will foul, and Janai Broom and the rest of the bench is going to come on in. I agree. Needed this win. Close it out. Good game for Drummond and VJ and Watford. And even Barlow, man. Barlow in the fourth quarter played really well. This was a nice team win. Dude, VJ was talking a little bit of trash to Buddy Hield. And Buddy Hield just laughed. What the heck did he say to him? 2 minutes left to go. I have to look at that on Twitter to see exactly what he said. Hopefully, I'm not really good at reading lips. But that's crazy. He was just talking trash to him. That type of night for Edgecombe. He's still out there. 1:40 left to go. Edgecombe takes a 2, and he can't hit it that time. He's playing with Jabari Walker, Trendon Watford, Janai Broom, and Justin Edwards. Still out there. We have another whistle called, and that is going to be on Philadelphia. But, yeah, excellent stuff. Excellent stuff tonight for the 76ers. I cannot be mad. I cannot be mad. No Joel Embiid. You did what you needed to do, and now you extend your winning streak to 4 games in a row, and you've won 3 games without Paul George. It's nice. It's any way that they come, you take it. Buddy Hield just missed a 3, and that'll be rebounded by Jabari Walker. The Sixers off the glass tonight were great. They played so well, rebounding the ball, 55-33. That's how much they out-rebounded the Warriors. Can't wait for you guys to see that on the highlights. 1 minute left to go in the fourth quarter. There's a bounce pass that's supposed to go to Trace Jackson Jr. And another turnover. The Warriors have turned the ball over 20 times in this game. 20 turnovers. And the Sixers have stolen the ball 9 times. They also do have 3 blocks. Golden State does have 5. But, again, the offensive rebounds is what really killed Golden State tonight. 24-8 on just the offensive rebounds, including 6 of those rebounds by Dominic Barlow. 33 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, and another 3 made by Golden State. Was that Spencer? Was that Spencer that knocked it down? I believe it was. So it's now 113-94. 23 seconds left, And the Sixers are just going to dribble this out, and we'll take a shot clock violation here. There's Andre Drummond, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe lining up to shake hands over on the sideline. And so the shot clock violation is made, and Golden State will get the basketball back with 6.3 seconds to go. Let's go, man. All right. And that is going to wrap it up. This is great. The Philadelphia 76ers, in Game 50 of the season, get their 29th win against the Warriors out in Golden State. They sweep Golden State this season and win both games. The first one in Philly, the second one out in Golden State. It's a 5-game winning streak for Philadelphia, and it's time to ring the bell, baby. Let's go. Play the damn song. There's McKee talking to Steph Curry. Joel Embiid talking to Draymond. Let's go.
Everybody from Philadelphia, 76ers, stomp your feet. Everybody
First 5-game winning
from
streak of the season.
Philadelphia, 76ers, here they come. Philadelphia, on the run, stand up and cheer. Number 1, Philadelphia, here they come. Team of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers.
Dude, that's crazy. I just saw this. Okay, I gotta talk about this. Okay, so this is from Noah Levick. Listen to this. Listen to this. The Sixers' 24 offensive rebounds tonight against the Warriors were the most that they've had in a game since April of 2019. I would really like to know how many offensive rebounds they've had in the last 2 nights, but gosh, effort, class, grit. That's why they've won these games. And I don't care who the opponent is. We've seen this team come out lifeless. And we've seen them play down to their opponents. And that's where we get frustrated. But on a night like tonight, after what they did last night and the circumstances, still no Paul George, no Joel Embiid tonight because you knew that he wasn't going to play the back-to-back. They did what they had to do. And what did they do in the first quarter? The first half as a whole was so extreme. It was. But in the first quarter in particular, Dominic Barlow and Andre Drummond were getting rebounds left and right. And they set the tempo, they set the tone, they got them off to a nice little start. So it's great. But yeah. I'm very happy with this win. I'm very happy with this win. Got the job done. They did everything I asked them to do. Tyrese Maxey in this game was not even... He looked so tired. And the rest of the team had Tyrese Maxey's back, including VJ Edgecombe. And this is a game where you just got to tip your cap to the 76ers because this is what they needed. Edgecombe with 25 points. The Sixers had 8 players tonight in double figures. And now they're 3-0 without PG. 8 players in double figures. What else can you say? What else can you say? You just got to be happy. Just have to smile. All right. I'll be back. We'll do a little post-game show. We'll take some text messages, too, and take some of your chats as well. I know they only got 26 points in the third quarter, but they have Golden State to 26 or the 16. That's a third quarter that I won every single game. The defense was nice for the most part, even though the open threes were bad. Other than that, though, Golden State just really did turn the ball over a lot. They did, and I did feel like that the 76ers still played a very good brand of basketball. VJ Edgecombe, man, MVP of this game. Really. All right, more to come on the post-game show. I will see you in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house. And so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Excellent job by the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. They beat the Golden State Warriors. They have their first 5-game winning streak in quite a little bit of time. And, I mean, that's their first one of the season that they've had. But this was a nice win that they had. You have to understand, again, the circumstances, right? No Joel Embiid off the back-to-back. Paul George didn't play and still out with the suspension. So he, of course, missing time, and you got your third win in a row without PG. Excuse me. This was awesome. This was really nice, and I'm happy that they took care of the basketball in the second half. After the first half, we came on into the halftime show, and we were saying to ourselves, we're not ready for this third quarter. They're going to stink it up because that's just a part of who they've been this year. And they're not going to play well. And while offensively, they did okay, defensively, they really succeeded. And the reason why is because the Golden State Warriors were so off from three in that third quarter. They were hitting everything in the first quarter. They made 5 of 9 threes, and they didn't hit any mid-range jumpers in the first 4 minutes of the game, and the Sixers didn't do a good job guarding the perimeter. Well, they made that more of a primary focus, and just going back and rethinking what some of the differences were. I thought that VJ Edgecombe, something that was underrated about his game tonight that I wanted to highlight is that he was the point of attack defensive player tonight. He really, in that third quarter, that guy was not only blocking passing lanes, but he was also just doing a nice job at getting back in transition and being the first guy back on defense. And I thought that just really showed me how much hustle he has. Not saying that I didn't expect that and not saying that I didn't know that about him, because he's a very quick and has a lot of speed, point of attack defensive player. I don't think that was a sentence that I just put together, but you know what I'm trying to say. The rebounding in this game was awesome, especially in the third quarter. The reason why you got a lot of your points, and I said this heading on into the third quarter, you can go back to the halftime show. I said if the 76ers are going to win the third quarter, they are going to have to get second and third chance opportunities, and they have got to be active on the glass. And I got to give a big shout out to the head coach for the way that he had his lineups tonight. I loved the fourth quarter lineup of VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre Jr., Adem Bona, and Dominic Barlow, and Quentin Grimes out there. That 5-man lineup was athletic and it was agile. And when Steve Kerr is going to his bench, I couldn't necessarily understand why he didn't want to match athleticism with the 76ers' athleticism. I really was just that intrigued and that impressed with how the 76ers stepped up in the second half, because they won because of hustle, because of grit. The VJ Edgecombe save that he had from going on out of bounds, which lofted into a Kelly Oubre Jr. 3, was awesome as well. Edgecombe was running out of bounds over towards the baseline. He swung it out to Kelly Oubre, and then they gave the ball to Watford, and then they had one more pass before the Oubre 3. But that point of attack offense was great, and it was all thanks to the hustle plays that they made. The first half was the good, the bad, and the ugly. You saw them go on a couple of incredible runs, and then you saw them stink it up. So in the second quarter, for example, you're on a 16-4 run, and then you take your foot off the gas pedal, you look absolutely lifeless, and you give up a big run to Golden State after being up by as many as 13 points. It was at least 11. It was at least 11. And actually, no, it went up to 15. I remember that clearly. It went up to a 15-point lead, and then that just quickly evaporated, and then you were riding the seesaw. And then you go into halftime, and again, you're not feeling good. You're saying to yourself they're going to have a bad third quarter. And in the third quarter, they just absolutely destroyed the glass. They got those extra possessions, and it was the first. I'm going to go back to the play-by-play right now as to what happened in the third quarter. And now this is different, so you got to bear with me for a second. I don't know why it looks like this. This is awful. I don't like this at all, one bit. They don't have a way that you can separate it. No, they don't. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to get back to the third quarter play-by-play. So I got to scroll all the way down now. That's stupid. They just changed this tonight. Here we go. Okay. So VJ comes away with a rebound off of Andre Drummond's missed, or off of, I did that a lot tonight, Draymond Green's missed three, right? And then both teams have a hard time scoring. It's sort of like a scoreless first couple of minutes. And then Barlow attacks after he grabs an offensive rebound off of the missed hook shot by Andre Drummond, and he gets fouled by Al Horford. Al Horford tonight was in jail because he got into a lot of foul trouble, and Dominic Barlow wasn't afraid to take it right to the cup against him. It was pretty wild. But the hustle plays that they had were great, as this is still loading, and I can't understand why that is the case on the ESPN app. But the bottom line is that's why you won. What makes this even more incredible, and I have to keep going back to this, is Tyrese Maxey. If you were to ask me the question, will the 76ers win a game tonight where Tyrese Maxey is just that off, or he's just not making anything and he looks tired? I would have said absolutely not. They're getting blown out. VJ Edgecombe, though, took a step up. Tyrese Maxey gave him the keys, and he said, "It's your turn." And Edgecombe had a couple of just ridiculous shots that he hit. Two of them were with the shot clock expiring. That one step back fadeaway shot that he hit over Draymond Green. Draymond Green, even still to this day, is still considered one of the best defensive players still in the NBA. Down low, guarding the mid-range. Just as a mid-range defensive player, he's still playing at a very high level. Not at the highest that he once was, but it's still at a very lethal level. And he had two hands in his face, and VJ just made it on over him. And those are your tip your cap types of moments. That's not luck. That's just skill. He had two of those. One of them, he got the ball with 2 seconds on the shot clock and hit that shot in front of Draymond. The other one, to my recollection, was in front of Quentin Post. And the 76ers were scrambling on offense. They didn't have a play set up. They had to improvise. And Maxey just dumped it off quickly to VJ. He panicked for a sec. He said, you know what, I can't get the shot off here because he was being heavily guarded. And VJ made a play for himself, took a desperate shot, and made it. So when your star player has 14 points and goes 3 for 9 from the field in 34 minutes and just looks so tired out there, who's going to step up? And I'll tell you, it was 3 guys off the bench and the rest of the starting lineup. And that made me smile. That made me feel really happy. So the bigs, shout out to all of them. Watford, Bona, Barlow, and Drummond. Because without them tonight, they don't win. This is what makes me really annoyed about the 76ers. Because on nights like tonight, I see them make hustle plays. And I see them show fight. And I don't always necessarily see that. And that's all that I ask. I want them, obviously, if they're not going to be making the threes, can they just give you second and third chance opportunities to capitalize? Can they show heart? And tonight they did. And they also did, they only fouled 6 times in this game. So they were disciplined again. And that's really tough to do on a back-to-back. Especially when you played a game last night against the Clippers that was pretty close. So, I still don't understand why Nick Nurse let Tyrese Maxey play until he did. As soon as Andre Drummond put them up by 20 and hit the corner 3, saying in my head, you got to take him out. I also said that after Tyrese Maxey did hit that 3 in the fourth quarter, I said, you know what, Tyrese Maxey can still close out this game. And he did. He closed it himself with that 3. The game was put to bed, and he just said, it's done. After that 3, I thought that the game's over. Easily. So, I loved what the role players did tonight. And I got to give Nick Nurse credit for the lineups that he had out there. I still cannot stand the amount of times that they double team the ball handler. And that has to change. But the individual defense that they play, specifically in the third quarter, and the amount of times that they were there to box guys out and make it easier for the offense to operate. That's what I like to see. That's what I demand. And they did just that. Golden State shot the ball 40% from downtown. The 76ers, also in the second half too, drew a lot of contact. And they got Golden State into foul trouble. And they made 76% of their free throws. But Golden State only went to the line once. And they were just 1 for 2 from the line. But yeah. Steve Kerr got outcoached by Nick Nurse. And Golden State fans, specifically, I know, have had their issues with Steve Kerr this year. And have said that he doesn't necessarily go to athletic lineups or to his big lineups when he's supposed to. Or even provide the best floor spacers out there. He'll go really small. And I noticed tonight that he did go really small in the fourth quarter when he went to Buddy Hield, DeAnthony Melton, and Pat Spencer, and there was another guard out there. He goes with 4 guards and, no bigs when he's going up against Dominic Barlow, Kelly Oubre Jr., VJ Edgecombe, Adem Bona, and Quentin Grimes. That's terrible. It's awful. So, yeah, I'm happy. I'm not going to go too far. I'm at the point now where we have to wait and see what happens on Thursday. Thursday's going to tell us a lot about where this team is headed for the second half of this season. And I know that we're beyond technically the halfway point, but it really is. Like, after the trade deadline, I've always have felt like that's the second half. Because it's a new team. It could be a new team. And I don't really want to say much else because I don't like getting ahead of myself, especially with this team. I've done it so many times. I just need to see it game by game in order for me to make assumptions. But then watch the next game that they play, if they're active at the deadline and if it looks, well, if they make a trade on trade deadline day, then that, you're not going to see the full team out there, obviously. So that's going to change things. But after that, starting on Saturday, then if they get a nice little win, and there's so many hypotheticals, but you know what I'm trying to say. If they get a great win Saturday and they get a star like Giannis or whatever it is, or they get a Herbert Jones or Sadiq Bey, and they look good, then I might react a little bit differently. But I'm not trying to get ahead of myself because I've done it so many times, but I'm taking it one game at a time, and this was a great game for the 76ers. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to get into playoff hypotheticals. I'm not going to tell you that this team is a contender, that they're a championship team. They've been playing okay, and tonight I thought was a really good win. Thought it was a good win. So, all right. We'll take some messages. If you guys want to talk, you most certainly can. If you want to give me your thoughts about this game, please fire away. Please let me know how you guys do feel. The Sixers face an unusual defensive strategy on the second night of a back-to-back, says Austin Grell. And if you actually just take a look at the article, right, he says specifically in the article that that anyone but Maxey really stepped up. So Golden State, their game plan really in this game, and you could just tell it from the start, they actually had the same philosophy, except what they did was they didn't double-team the ball handler specifically. They just double-teamed Tyrese Maxey. They said from the very start of the get-go, Maxey's not going to get anything off. As soon as he gets the ball, we're just doubling him. We're luring the defense right away. And to me, I understand why they did that, but I still feel like that's a wrong philosophy. Because then VJ Edgecombe can hit shots. And he can make you pay. He's shown that plenty of times this year. Not last night, but plenty of times. And I still felt like that was flawed on their end. But that was another reason why Tyrese Maxey did struggle, because he really got so much attention from the Golden State defense. He did. I have to say that. But the other guys really did step up. And I wanted to go back to the article, and of course I lost it. Figures. I really was intrigued to learn more about what he had to say there, but that is something that I forgot to mention. Despite all of the great things tonight, that Tyrese Maxey struggled because he was double-teamed from the get-go. He was. Got to get Sadiq Bey or Jalen Smith. Who else would you want to trade for from the 76ers? I would take Herbert Jones. I really would love them to try to just get a superstar now. I know I said it like 2 weeks ago. I don't. But now the Paul George stuff changes everything. So if they get a Giannis, and it's not going to happen, and I can dream, but if they do, I would be very satisfied. I'm not the one making the moves, though. So that's good. It's probably a good thing. I hate to say it, but in the last 2 games, Embiid wasn't really needed that much, says Shante. I think last night in particular, I feel like that they did need Joel. Even though, yes, Dominic Barlow had 26 points, I still felt like in the third quarter that Joel Embiid was needed because they needed somebody to set the tempo in that third quarter. And even though he was really cold in the first half, he started to draw fouls. And you needed something like that to keep you afloat because the Sixers were treading water in that third quarter. And if they didn't get that scoring from Joel Embiid, I think it's a different result. I still felt like that he had a role. But the other 3 quarters, I agree. I agree that if you just didn't look at the third quarter and if you didn't see like what he was doing in the third quarter, you know, like you really didn't need him in that game. But in that third quarter, he definitely made a difference. He did. And also, you know, he did provide screens for Tyrese Maxey to put up 7 threes, or to make 7 threes. I think he screened on about 7 or 8 of those. So, you know, he still was needed. But his impact wasn't needed as much. His offensive impact, I would say, if that makes sense. But even still, like in that third quarter, they did need him to draw fouls. But I understand what you're saying, though. I do. I just had to sort of think about it out loud. And I'm like, well, I don't really know if I would say that they didn't need him, but they didn't need him to score the ball at a high rate. Tonight, though, they actually did not need him. That's the funny part, is that the other guys stepped up. The other guys stepped up, and they played very well. They didn't need him tonight. So, Shante says, I knew Golden State would lose because Golden State is a small team. They have to shoot threes to win. That's a very good point, Shante, because they are a three-point shooting team. And even though they played very small tonight, and they are small compared to other teams in the NBA, they are, it wasn't going to be sustainable. I had a gut feeling that I was probably going to be proven wrong with that. And I guess I shouldn't have went with my gut, even though I usually say go with your gut. That part I was wrong about in the second half of the game. I did feel like that Golden State was going to find a way to continue to stay hot from downtown. And it was not that way. The 76ers gave up a lot of wide open threes. A good amount of wide open threes in the third quarter. And Golden State, like Pajemski, just couldn't hit a lick. You know? You're telling me that your bench in tonight's game had 3 guys in double figures. 3. Including Trendon Watford, Adem Bona, and Quentin Grimes. They each got you 37 points off the bench. 37 off the bench. Adem Bona's plus minus tonight was a plus 10. This is the best game that he's had in a while. And how many fouls did he commit? Listen to this. This is a huge win. Adem Bona did not commit one foul in this game. Not one. That's a huge plus. I'll say that. This guy, every game, is just always finding a way to get into foul trouble. How could he not foul once in this game? That's a huge win. It is. And I know it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm just laughing because of how many times this year he's just getting into foul trouble for no reason. And he didn't commit one foul. That's great. That's awesome. So I just had to point that out there, too. Shout out to Adem Bona. Big shout out to Watford, too, because Watford in that second half, I don't really think I gave him the flowers that he deserved, but the amount of second chance points that he created for himself was huge. He grabbed a couple of rebounds over Andre Drummond. He had two big offensive rebounds and was able to just tip one in and also float the other one up and in over Al Horford and Andre Drummond. I don't know how he got the rebound there. That was impressive, actually. But, yeah, effort. Effort from Trendon Watford was great in the second half. In the first half, he looked very timid. And he also made a three. Finally, in the third quarter, he shot the ball with confidence. It looked like that he was hesitating a little bit. And I know that the guy's been put into a tough spot because let's think about it, right? He had one game this year where he had a triple-double, and he was playing really well before he got hurt. Him and Oubre both go down. They're down for like 4 to 6 weeks, and they come back around the same time. And we figured that Watford was going to be getting some more minutes. And Watford is just coming off the bench, and he's more so like a third-string guy. But now, without Joel Embiid tonight, Watford gets more minutes, and also with no Paul George for the foreseeable future. I did say that, watch these guys step up. Watch these guys go out there, take advantage of the minutes that they're getting, and Watford tonight really did that. So, a huge shout-out to Trendon Watford. He also had 2 blocks in this game, and only turned the ball over twice in 27 minutes. He had a really good game. So, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it. You're exactly right, JJ. Offensive impact is what I mean. Yeah. I mean, I knew like what you were saying. It was just me trying to find the right words, to just describe that, because I really still felt like last night that they needed Embiid. In the first half, it was like, okay, Embiid is quiet, Embiid is silent, and Dominic Barlow's just doing all the heavy work, and so is Oubre. But then in the third quarter, they looked tired, they didn't know what to do, and they were looking for somebody to take on over and to just keep them in the game. And Embiid said, all right, I got it. It's my turn. I need to draw fouls. I need to do what I'm good at, get guys off balance, and create a change in tempo. And he did that. So it was good. It was good. It was good. But, yes, it wasn't his best game at all, but it was more of a quiet, good game from him. And I'm happy, again, with how it worked out. I'm very happy that he played last night and not tonight. I thought that it was the right move, and I said tonight I really want them to be able to get rebounds against this Golden State team, because I thought that Al Horford and Draymond Green and Quentin Post were more guys that are just, they're not the best individual defenders. Draymond Green still is at a very high level, but they can grab rebounds off of you if you don't take them seriously. Even though that they are, yes, a smaller team, they can still grab rebounds if you let them. And that's why I was really happy that Andre Drummond played tonight and Joel Embiid sat tonight. If there was a game that I wanted him to sit, it was tonight. and it worked out that way. I'm very happy with the result. I really am. I'm thrilled. So now you play the Lakers. You go to the Lakers on Thursday night. This will be a fun one. This will be interesting. How did they do against the King, Austin Reeves, and Luka? I can't fully answer that question, too, because we also don't know what's going to happen during the day. It's going to be a big day. But I expect that the core's going to be out there. Does Tyrese Maxey bounce back on Thursday against LeBron and against them? I really hope he does. But we shall see. Joel Embiid should play well. I expect nothing less than sensational from Joel Embiid now on offense. I can't believe I'm saying that. I really can't believe I'm saying that. It's great. All right, with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I love you guys. I will see you all on Thursday. Another late night of 76ers basketball. We'll talk more then, and I will see you soon, all right? Have a great rest of your night. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.